Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Brazos County Commissioners will meet in the workshop. It's August the 7th, 1:30 in the Commissioners Courtroom, 200 South Texas Avenue, Suite 106. First item is called to order, and the second is a presentation and discussion about a community support contract request from proposed budget FY 24-25. I'll turn it over to you, Nina.
Good afternoon. I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. We are going to go in order regarding the agenda for the outside agencies to do their presentations. I do ask that if we could kind of keep it no longer than 15 minutes, that we could keep it moving. And if y'all have any questions, please ask, and hopefully y'all can answer. And if y'all have questions, please feel free to ask as well. The first one up to bat is going to be Big Brothers Big Sisters of Brazos Valley.
Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well today. I want to tell y'all I appreciate the time today to speak on behalf of Big Brothers Big Sisters. My name is Patrick Wilson. I'm an advisory board member for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I've been a big with the program since 2015. So it's something I'm very passionate about. I just want to start off by telling you how grateful we are for the support that we've had over the years. It means everything to the program. And so thank you for the time, and thank you for the support that you've given and continue to do so. So I guess I'll kind of get started off here, maybe talk a little bit about the program, see if I can figure this out. Oh, okay. At least it wasn't my blunder.
We're saving money.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So a little bit about Big Brothers Big Sisters, the program. So you can read the slides here. I'm going to kind of talk more so off my experience, but essentially the goal of our program is really to serve at-risk youth in our community. So in Brazos County, youth that's at risk, whether it be because they have a one-parent family, maybe there's a low-income situation, things of that nature, things that put the youth at risk. We're a program that wants to get folks that want to help in the community involved to help these kids. And so that's the main thing, is we're going out and trying to work with and make meaningful relationships with young folks that could use a friend, that could use somebody in their corner, and hopefully leave a positive impact on them. And you can see here a little bit about and I'll kind of touch on this with my experience with the program, but I think a big issue here with the juvenile delinquency. My little Quinn has been in that system quite a bit at the time we've been together, so I've kind of seen that, which has been eye-opening for me, and an experience that's meant a ton to me. But we'll kind of go through that, and so hopefully our program puts good influences in front of these kids, gives them an opportunity to see a good example and see somebody that can kind of help them through some of these things and have somebody to lean on that they may not have otherwise. So you can see that we've got a large group of volunteers. I think currently we're at 110 matches roughly, looking to grow that. I think we'd love to get that up to 200, so we're actively recruiting more bigs. We've got littles that are in the waiting process that are already signed up with us and ready to go, so we're recruiting and doing events to actively recruit more bigs. Our goal is to get more college students involved. That's a great situation. Also more young adults that live here in the Brazos County community. So we're actively targeting more bigs to help serve the littles that we have that are signed up and looking for someone to mentor them. But you can see here the big thing with volunteers is we get volunteers paired with littles, and you build a true relationship, and you feel like you have the freedom to do things. You get to know your little, and you get to know what they're into, and you work with them to do things that are meaningful for them, that are fun for them, but that also help them. So it gives our volunteers a lot of freedom and flexibility, but in doing so, of course, the safety of the kids in the program is the number one thing we're worried about. And so we work to do training with the mentors to ensure that the safety's there, make sure that those are being monitored. So you've got to check in with the folks. Karen, who now runs the program, and her staff check in with the bigs to make sure things are going well, helping answer questions they may have to give our littles a great experience and make sure things are going good for the littles or the children or the kids in the program. And that we hope that the youth, that their outcome is changed for the better. We hope that we leave a positive impact with them and something that they can always look to. And so I'll keep going a little bit on the need to our program. I really want to touch on my experience. But you can kind of see some stats here, especially coming out of the pandemic and some different things like that. You can see 37% of children report mental health issues since experiencing the pandemic of 2020. And then you've got, like we said, some of the risk factors for some of the at-risk youth in our community, whether it's economic issues, family conflict. And we see that with a lot with our littles that maybe they don't have two parents in place. So substance use, things like that. we're trying to be a mentor to them to help them through some of these issues, help be a positive influence, and hopefully give them the tools to maybe make better decisions and help them make better decisions. But all of these things I've kind of seen firsthand with my experience with the program. My little Quinn, he's graduated high school about a year and a half ago now. We're still together, see him all the time, even though we're not officially matched because he's out of high school now. But he's my friend, to tell him I'm there whenever he needs me, and he'll be part of my family for life, and I'm part of his. But he and his two brothers, none of their fathers see them. They haven't. All three of them have different fathers, same mother, but they haven't seen their father in years, any of them. Quinn's older brother Trey is currently in prison, and so there's factors like this that can make for a difficult situation, and having somebody to be a positive influence to hopefully help them out and be in their corner. Be someone that's going to be an advocate to them no matter what happens. No matter what trouble Quinn's gotten into over the years, it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm there for him, and that's what the big strive to do, is be there for our littles no matter what and be a positive influence for them. You can see some of the statistics of success here, and this is where we'll really get into the needs for the funding and where I think it's a very effective way to budget, because I think we do make an impact on children positively, but also financially. You can see that there's an increased sense of belonging. Hopefully there's been some proven statistics that the increase in mental health, knowing that they have somebody that's there for them. The report, just that they made them feel better, just that they have somebody there to be there for them. And they're more confident in their schoolwork, which is obviously a huge thing, and especially coming out of COVID. I know that was a crazy time, and a lot of the littles at that time didn't have access to the internet, so trying to help out and make sure they were getting their schoolwork done is an example there of how we could help. But just trying to make them be more confident in themselves and who they are and their ability to do good things and know that they can do good things. And so they're more likely to become a leader in school programs, clubs like that. They're 41% less likely to be involved in substance abuse. There's a higher likelihood that maybe they'll consider some sort of post-secondary education, whether that's higher education, whether that's trade school, whatever it may be, a higher chance of them considering those type of options, and hopefully increased earnings over their lifetime. And you can also see that the research shows that it really helps with alcohol, substance abuse, getting them more likely to go to class, to stick it out, to get through high school, these kind of things. So that's where the influence is hopefully made. Guess they got us some pictures of me and Quinn there, but that's Quinn over the years. Like I said, he's graduated high school now, so he's a little older there. But really, when you look at it in the sense of looking at the budget and programs that y'all would like to support that make good sense, I think really financially we can make the case that if you look what it costs for youth that are in juvenile detention centers, or that are on probation, or that are in these facilities, and you kind of look at the breakdown of some of these costs per day and compare that to hopefully the difference we're able to make as bigs to get them out of these type of situations, I think it's a good smart investment to cut down on cost of hopefully the youth being in these type of facilities and in those situations, because hopefully with a positive impact we're able to help them avoid some of those situations, or maybe if they come out of juvenile, learn from that, have somebody positive here to be for them, and then maybe make better decisions and not be back in that situation moving forward. So I'll kind of close out and be happy to answer any questions. But my biggest takeaway from being involved in Big Brothers Big Sisters is I believe it's an amazing program. Obviously, I'm biased being associated with it, but I really believe that the impact that we're able to make on youth in the community makes a difference. It makes it different for them, and hopefully it makes a difference for their children. And maybe it gives them an example of a way of doing things that allows them to be there for their kids' life down the road. So hopefully it's helping the financial situation here by having less children, juvenile, things like that, not just now, but their children and grandchildren down the future. So it's an awesome program. Like I said, grateful for y'all's time and support, and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. How many staff do you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Turn on my mic. How many staff do you have?
It's a good question. So Terry recently stepped down, so Karen's now running the program. Terry Hay also recently left, so we're down to one full-time staff member, but Karen is looking to hire right now. So we're hoping to add another position soon, and then we'll kind of have some part-time work here and there. We lost Maggie recently, who was awesome. She was a student at A&M, had been a student worker, and then she went to the San Antonio office, the bigger branch. So I think they're looking to fill kind of more of a full-time and part-time position currently, and hoping to get that filled as soon as possible, because we need all the help we can to get more folks involved, to get more matches.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you all. Appreciate your time.
And I
Yes, sir.
appreciate everything y'all do.
sir.
Like Terry came to me a good many years ago and started telling me about the program and the number of volunteers y'all have that help kids. And really, our focus has been on programs, nonprofits that are going to impact kids' lives
Sir.
positive, to keep them out of juvenile and out of jail as they grow older and all those kinds of things. So those are really the kind of programs that I felt like that it was really appropriate for the county to try to help to continue those things on. So we
Sir.
appreciate everything you do.
Well, I appreciate that. And Terry's awesome. Did an incredible job building it up to
yeah,
what it is now, and love Terry. So.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to believe that she wouldn't be in some way still involved.
I
I
know
know
it.
she retired, but I know how that retirement goes.
Oh, yeah. She's only a phone call away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next up is going to be Boys and Girls Club, and while you're coming up, I'm going to try to pull up your presentation.
If you can't, that's fine. Well, good afternoon. It's great to see other community leaders here in the room and supporters of Boys and Girls Club. Thank you, commissioners, for your ongoing support, past, present, and future. And I'd like to start with how much I consider it a privilege and an honor to lead this organization in the mission of serving youth, especially those who need us most, to becoming caring, responsible citizens of our community and our nation. At the moment, the club is gearing up for our 2024-2025 after-school programs. Members and staff have experienced so much this fall and this summer, and I'll share some of the highlights of that.
I'm not sure if I'm able to use the PowerPoint, but I could skip through the...
Okay. And my presentation doesn't necessarily match, but you can start with that one, and I'll just give you a little wink when you can move through it. So our after-school successes relate back to programming that focuses on character and leadership development, academic success, emotional wellness, physical fitness, and just a safe place with caring adults. We serve on average about 125 kids a day. And while they're in the club, they have a meal. In the summer, that's breakfast and lunch, and we have support from BISD for those meals, except for the last month of summer. So during June, when BISD is summer sessioning, we have the benefit of breakfast and lunch. July, we take on the responsibility of feeding our members. After school, they get dinner and a snack. And it's kind of amazing to see what a difference a full belly makes when you're trying to calm kids down and get them to focus, because our commitment to parents is that when you pick your child up, homework is done. That when they go home after you've been working all day, you don't have the responsibility of also doing homework with your kid. So some of the programs that we focus on during the school year are Career Launch, Diplomas to Degrees, Do-It-Yourself STEM projects, Money Matters, Power Hour, which is a homework help. We partner with Texas A&M Aggie Reads and Counts and Aggie Homework Helpline to achieve our tutoring goals. Project Learn, Robotics, Torch Club. We feature a Youth of the Month every month for those kids who have really focused on academics and are good contributors and community servants of the club. We've had organized basketball, Passport to Manhood, which focuses on our young men in the club, teaching them some basics like how to tie a tie, how to change a tire, just how to be a young man. And then Smart Girls is kind of the counterpoint to that, teaching them about good nutrition, good choices. We serve 6 to 18-year-olds. The bulk of our population right now are 8-year-olds. And I'll just run down some of those statistics for you really quick. So we have 28 6-year-olds, 74 7-year-olds, 123 8-year-olds, 99 9-year-olds, 104 10-year-olds, 98 11-year-olds, and these are total registered members, 94 12-year-olds, 65 13-year-olds, 44 44 14-year-olds, 22 15-year-olds, 9 16-year-olds, 3 17-year-olds, and 3 18-year-olds. So we're coming up with a teen growth plan so that we can attract more teens. We feel it's important to help with workforce readiness for those who want to graduate and pursue a career immediately. And then for those who want to pursue a 2 or 4 year degree, we have academic ACT, SAT prep. Some more statistics that I'd like to share with you. 6 of our members are American Native or American Indian, 5 are Asian, 372 are African American, 120 are Latino and Hispanic, and that growth has been exponential since we've opened our new club. 192 are white, 3 are of some other race, 67 are of 2 or more races, which gives us a total membership of 767 kids. Of that 767, 434 are from single-parent households, and 261 qualify for free or reduced lunch, although all kids can get free or reduced lunch now at Bryan ISD. So it's also worth mentioning that the club serves as a host location for the Brazos Valley Mobile Food Pantry. On the 4th Saturday of the month, Brazos Valley Mobile Food Pantry uses our parking lot to distribute food to over 400 families every month. And the majority of those members are kids. Some are the kids that we serve, some are kids from the community at large. We've been really happy to provide that space for the food bank. And again, back to our meals. So we prepare meals for our kids every day, but we also teach them how to cook. We have a culinary arts program that teaches them some basics of, how to use knives safely, and how to prepare simple meals with things that they would find at home on their own shelves. You can advance that slide, thank you. Things that they would find at home, like ramen, Spam, eggs, things that you can easily make that are high protein and have some good nutritional value. And whereas summer might be a time where folks go on vacation and slow down, that is the busy season for us. After school, we're open from 3 to 7, but summer we're open from 8 to 5. And so some of the things that we did this summer that we're really excited about, we had an end-of-year field trip to NASA. The kids were over the moon to be able to go. It was the first time many of our members had been to NASA. And they had some hands-on experiences. And then we also were able to provide them with Chick-fil-A for lunch. So they're very excited about that as well. We can't do this work alone. We have some really great community partners. Project Unity is one of them. They help us with counseling, family, and youth services. So they come into the club and they are able to help our kids with emotional support, emotional well-being, and we invite their parents to participate in that as well. We had a horse camp where 5 of our kids were selected to go and participate in riding horses and learning how to take care of horses and just to grow a love of animals. We were able to take the kids to Bush Library, George Bush Library, for the Juneteenth celebration, and some art was developed based on famous African Americans in our community and in our country. Summer Brain Game, this one is a favorite of mine. It's a curriculum that helps reduce summer learning loss. Many of our kids don't have funds that allow them to go to camps, so we try to recreate that in the club, and we focus on math, writing, reading, and the WOW Bus, which is a BISD resource, comes to our campus once a week during the summer so that kids still have access to a library. They can check out books, take them home, bring them back the next week. We are encouraging them to think about entrepreneurship, so we have our version of Shark Tank at the club. Another great community partner is Frost. They come and give financial literacy programs, and of course, Texas A&M helped us with our basketball camp, our volleyball camp, and our football camp this summer, and we had a great turnout for all of those camps. In a nutshell, the reason why the Boys and Girls Club has asked for an increase, our budget has not grown as fast as our membership. We have 8 full-time employees covered by health insurance. Health insurance increased by 8% last year. Our general liability insurance increased by about the same last year. We have a fleet of vehicles. Gas is high, food is high. Our utilities, moving from the old location to the new location, our square footage essentially doubled, so our utility bills are higher as well. So it's just to do more requires more. And so all of the monies that we're asking for go right back into our mission to serve kids who need us most. And I can conclude there. You can feel free to scroll through some more of those slides. This is some of the member survey information. 94% report that they feel emotionally safe at the club. 88% report that the club is fun and engaging. 100% report that they understand the why behind the club, opportunities and expectations. That shows that we have over 850 total members. We have over 500 club volunteers. Many of those are students from Texas A&M. Some of our staff are also students at Texas A&M in the work-study program there. We've served over 18,000 healthy meals, and we provided over 11,250 minutes of tutoring per member. You can keep going through that, please. These are just some messages, and I won't read them to you, but messages from our members, how the club makes them feel. Serenity, Ruby, and Danny are all still club members. Sweet kids. They just did a contest where they had to draw me, Miss Tracy, and we had a contest on who won that drawing contest. It was very fun. You can scroll to the next one. Ways to get involved. You can volunteer. We try to match a volunteer with their passion. If that's working in the community garden or reading to a child or playing basketball, whatever your passion is, we can find a match for you. Donate, of course. bgcbv.org is our website, or just advocate. Our mission overlaps with many. Our kids have gone missing, so Amber Alert. Our kids are trafficked, so Unbound. We are not in this work alone, and so together we can all advocate for safe and brighter futures for our youth in the Brazos Valley. You can forward. And that officially concludes my presentation. I have other information. Happy to answer questions. No questions? I'm sweating for nothing.
Well, thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
The Boys and Girls Club is another organization that does a great job with kids.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we just had a meeting with Big Brothers Big Sisters, trying to align a partnership of mentoring. And I used to be a big when I lived in Seattle. It's a great organization.
You know, I think one of the things I enjoy the most is when you go to events where recognition, particularly your recognition, you have very much like 4-H, the kids run the show. They put together the presentation. They hold each other accountable. They know what I'm sure they're coached and they know what they're supposed to do. But the very fact that you see them up there doing what they are doing, that's accomplishment. That's what I like to see about the way things happen with Boys and Girls Club.
Thank you, Commissioner
Very
Aldridge.
enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
Thank you.
Ivy Lane Humane Society is next.
Howdy, y'all. Thank you all for the opportunity to present.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that a little better?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you all so much for the opportunity to present today on behalf of the lost and homeless pets here in the Brazos Valley. I'm Katrina Ross. I'm with Aggie Land Humane Society. It's a pleasure to see some familiar faces and be back again for another year. When I presented last year, I had just started with the Humane Society, so I'm very happy to now be embedded in the community and join the Brazos County. This year, Aggie Land Humane Society, we are requesting for a 10% increase to help as we continue to push forward on our life-saving mission in providing humane care and placement for the lost and abandoned animals and all of the things that we do here within the Brazos County. Like other organizations, we are echoing the same sentiment of it costs more to do the work that we do. We are experiencing more pets coming into our shelter at a rise that continues to go over year. We also have one thing that I want to point out. We are requesting funds and an increase not only from Brazos County, but also from the City of College Station, as those are our two municipal contracts. So we take the Brazos County pets regardless of if we have the space or the resources. We will figure it out. We take those pets in. We don't turn them away. We do the same with College Station, and so we are asking for requests from them as well. And then to make up a very large difference in our budget, we are projecting a almost 34% increase in our donations, and so we will be really out there pushing with different donations and grants to help make this life-saving possible. We are now currently up to 22 full-time employees and 20 part-time employees. That number has went up from when we submitted this proposal back in May. Again, with all the pets that we have coming to us, in order to provide that humane care, we continue to bring more people onto the team. That really is all. I'm open for questions. I think y'all have a great understanding of what we do, and I so appreciate all that y'all do for us. And also, we recently just worked out to be at the Brazos Center for an upcoming event, which I'm very grateful for that we were able to make that happen. Any questions for me? Or if I can send y'all home with a pet, you just let me know. We have everything. Also, for y'all in the audience, we'll work it out. You just let me know.
Thank you for all y'all do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina.
Next up will be the Arts Council.
Good afternoon. My name is Megan Wojtek. I am the operations manager at the Arts Council.
Could you speak into the microphone,
You've got to
please?
speak into the mic.
Yes, my name is Megan Wojtek. I am the operations manager at the Arts Council of the Brazos Valley. Thank you all for having us today. And the services you provide to all of us are invaluable and greatly appreciated. I would like to introduce our new CEO, if I can, Leslie Bolin, who is in the audience. So she recently started and is here to hear what we have to say, hear what I have to say. So of course, this is a request for our Art for Life program, which is one of the many programs that we have at the Arts Council. It's started in 2008 and has been funded very generously by Brazos County since then. And for those who might not know, it is one of our most valued programs, providing at-risk youth in detention or on probation prevention programming. And that can be both therapeutic and educational. Through your generous funding, we are able to provide exposure to public art, fine arts, as well as poetry workshops. And this year, the art workshop saw Lee Ann Hale of Purple Turtle Art Studio. She was able to incorporate a project for them for the opening of Art Alley, which is a new public art installation in downtown Bryan. And then we had Lee Anderson, who is an amazing poet teacher, return to teach the poetry workshop. So multiple benefits to this program are that these workshops provide the kids a very safe and healthy environment to express themselves, new ways to express their feelings, and also to give back to their community. They're surrounded by people that promote growth and development, and beyond art education, these participants are provided the opportunity to be faced with healthy challenges that promote pathways to better decision making, understanding themselves and the effects of their choices. So in art or writing poetry, learning better ways to make decisions. And then in turn, reducing recidivism rates and in juvenile detention or first-time adult offenders. With the support from Brazos County, we provide a valuable service that they might not have otherwise just through the arts. And we are able to play a role in positively impacting our community as well, just by creating pieces of public art all over the cities. And an increase this year has been requested due to inflation, and then the desire to grow this program and bring in higher quality artists and just continue growing it. We would like to see this turn into a framework that we can show other counties and possibly start programs there. And yeah, does anybody have any questions? Okay, thank you.
I like the program you've got going. With juvenile detention, it's really, I think it does inspire those kids, and I think y'all have shown us before that there's a recidivism rate back, is very good after kids have been through that art program, so thank you.
I want to tell you the art alley, the reception that they had in the presentation and the kids that were there and their families being there with them. You see the dynamic of how this works for our young people who have, made some not so smart choices. But this is a way for them to overcome that, and that's very, very powerful. It was, and if you walk out into the, I don't know if everybody knows, but if you walk out into the atrium here, you'll see, is it 2 or 3 pieces that we have out here now? 3?
One at the expo.
Yeah. If you go over to the courthouse, there's another one. If you go out to the expo center, there's another one. It's not just something that I wish we did a better job of explaining more about what this is, how it comes about, and what it means to these kids. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
The Brazos Valley Food Bank.
But no leftover ice cream or sausage or.
I was going to say, we finished up Feast of Caring just in time to run over here as quickly as we could, so thanks for having us today. Oh, y'all too?
I think all 5 of us had a spoon in
Well,
our
thank
hand
you.
at one
We-
time or another.
We appreciate that. We had a really successful event today, so thank you for coming out with that. Just to start, my name is Christy Lester, and I'm the proposal coordinator for the Brazos Valley Food Bank. I just started with them, actually. I've been there. This is my 3rd month employed there, so I'm really excited. It's a wonderful organization to be a part of. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about a program that Brazos County has historically funded. It's called our Backpack Program, or Children's Backpack Program. The mission of that program is to meet the needs of hungry children in the Brazos County and in Brazos Valley by providing them with nutritious and easy to prepare meals to take home on weekends or on school holidays. And the most recent U.S. Census, it shows that 16.9% of Brazos County children do suffer from food insecurity. And our Children's Backpack Program is a direct solution to battling that in Brazos County. The primary goal of that program is elimination of food insecurity for children, so that they have healthy bodies, healthy minds, and good chances to become productive members of society and to succeed in school. Last year, with Brazos County's help and the help of others, we distributed over 54,000 backpacks to just over 2,000 kiddos at 41 partner schools in our Brazos Valley service area. Brazos County makes up for 61% of those figures and includes over half the partner schools that we do distribute those backpacks to for those kiddos. So, in general, all children who receive backpacks are eligible for free or reduced lunch at their public elementary school. Identifying the children who are considered economically disadvantaged and eligible for that program allows us to approximate each county's needs. But in Brazos County, 58% of kids that attend schools in Brazos County are eligible for the free lunch program, and that continues to grow each year. So to measure the success of our program, which we've been doing for several years, we track those numbers of unique children who receive a bag, as well as the total of all food-filled bags that are distributed to each of those children weekly. And then we meet with the kids at the end of the year also and talk to them as well as their parents about how that was working for them and what they liked about it and what they didn't like about it, so we can continue to try to improve on that year after year. So, as again, historically, Brazos County has partnered with us on this program every year since 2010. It began just with this summer backpack program here in Brazos County, and then in 2022, we applied for funds to use all year round, and we were gracious for those funds as we are every year. And from 2010 to 2017, we were awarded $7,700 for each year. In the last 6 years, it's been $8,500. For this funding year, we have asked for $10,000. A lot of that reason is the same thing that everybody else is facing, is groceries are going up and fuel is going up, and we've actually had to hire more staff because the number of children that we serve in Brazos County has gone up as well. So we felt like that's where we could warrant asking for that increase. Other than that, we just kind of a little bit of data for the past 3 fiscal years. In Brazos County, we've served 1,037 children at an approximate cost of $8.99 per backpack per week. And that cost does include food, labor, materials, and fuel. In fiscal year 24, we served 1,458 children, and then we're projected this year to serve 1,525 at a cost of around $12 per backpack. So as everything goes up, the need to continue to fund the program goes up, and so that's why we have asked for an increase in funds today. And as always, and as everyone else, we appreciate the opportunity that we have with Brazos County to help fund this program so that we can make sure that those kids who are hungry are better taken care of. That's all I have today.
Yeah,
Thank you, Christy.
yeah. Well, I think the program is excellent. If the kids are hungry, they're not going to learn. And provide a great service with the backpack program. So thank you.
Thank you.
And lunch was pretty good today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We had a good turnout today. We're blessed. Anything else? Okay. Thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you.
Mr. Corley was not able to make it today. He had other obligations, and so I'm going to present his PowerPoint, so bear with me since I don't work for 911, but he did a wonderful presentation. First of all, what does Brazos County 911 do? One district, 2 missions. 911 funded by 911 services fees. What it does is ensures reliable 911 services, own, upgrade, and maintain local 911 system, maintain network connectivity between dispatch centers and service providers. It maintains key routing equipment at geographically diverse locations in Bryan and College Station. Provide 33 E911 answering positions at 5 locations throughout Brazos County. Assigns physical addresses for rural Brazos County and Texas A&M properties. The dispatch portion of it, it answers 911 and non-emergency phone calls. Process calls using emergency medical and fire protocols, EMD, EFD. Dispatch, monitor, and track first responders in the field. Program CAD systems to ensure accurate response. Dispatch from Bryan and Brazos County agencies like College Station, Texas A&M maintain separate dispatch facilities. Dispatch services are provided at cost. Fiscal year 2025 budget is $5,058,305. The 911 portion of the operations is $1,762,755. It's a negative 3.26% versus FY24. This portion is funded by emergency services fees. The dispatch operations, which is $3,803,307, is an increase of 3.72% compared to last year's. This portion is funded by annual contracts through Brazos County as well as City of Bryan. For fiscal year 25 again, between the two entities, it is a $3,803,307 increase. City of Bryan's portion is $2,396,083, which is a 3.23% increase on their portion of it. Brazos County's portion is $1,407,224, which is a 4.57% increase. And we will go over the reasoning for that. What changed is that they are adding one additional radio dispatcher that will be shared between the two entities. Brazos County to pay for 30% of dispatch operations costs for FY25. The City of Bryan pays for the remaining 63%. Dispatch pay scale carries over unchanged from FY 2024 to 25. Health insurance moving away from BC and BS to curative. TCDRS contribution rate decreases slightly to 12.64%. Small increases to UPS maintenance and EMD, EFD protocol maintenance. The next steps, this will allow 45 days. So once the board proposes their budget, they have to take 45 days in order to adopt. Allow 45 days for county and local municipalities to review the budget and provide input to our board or managers. State statute requires that our budget be approved by Commissioners Court. Usually, once we adopt the budget, we will adopt the 911 budget as well on the same day. Final approval of budget and dispatch service contracts from 911 board managers, 9/19. That's their next month's board meeting. Fiscal year begins on October 1, 2024. I would love to take questions. I might not be able to answer them, but I could definitely get Mr. Corley to respond if we need to.
I have some highly detailed 911 questions I want to ask of you.
Don't dial unless it's an emergency. Thank you.
Patrick Corley does a great job.
He does. Yes, he does. And that team,
Yeah.
that team is fantastic.
It is.
Well, especially to trust me to do his presentation. The next up is going to be NAMI.
All right, so I'm not expecting y'all to read all this.
Thanks, Jerry.
The top is my outline, but the second portion is our newsletter, which I'm very happy to say is our first one. It will be going out today. This is for later reading, not today. So if you want to check things out. My name is Jerry Wynn with NAMI Brazos Valley. I want to thank y'all for first for allowing me to come in here and talk to y'all. Second, for all the support that y'all have given us over the last, from my research at the NAMI desk, at least for the last 10 years that I can see. It's probably been longer, but that's just what I can drum up going through the old files. For the last 6 years, it's been the same amount that we've requested. And this year, we did ask for a little bit more. I think it's roughly about 15% more.